The thing with women not being able to speak in churches or not being allowed to preach in churches, that thing, how do we know that's not political? Everyone's like, no, the Bible is written by God. It's literally the word of God, every word of it. And it says in there, women should keep silent in the churches. Okay. It does. Fair enough. But it might be political, and there are so many other things in the Bible that we don't do. Like, it might be on the same realm, or like in the same realm as like the slave stuff in the Bible, like that you can own slaves and things, and we just don't do that anymore, right? We just changed. It's like a political situation. It's like a people, how people interact situation, and people have changed how they interact. Also, like, I think if your child is not obeying you, or almost like you have a duty to stone them if they are not like having certain behavior, proper behavior. It's your duty to stone your child. We don't do that anymore, do we? So there are things in the Bible that we just kind of outgrew, or we just kind of changed our political situation. And women not speaking in churches and like being submissive to your husband might be a political situation. I fully ascribed to that concept, and I still kind of do. Like, I think like the dynamic of men and women's relationships makes sense sometimes, but like with the way people are now, maybe it doesn't make as much sense. We have a changed situation where our society is similar but pretty different too. And it says also in the Bible, it's the day of Pentecost, right? In the last days, the young men will dream dreams, and the young women shall prophesy. So it seems like there's more to the story than a lot of people believe. I think we're scared to believe different stuff. We want to believe in tradition, but yea, verily, it's the vain traditions of our fathers. Oh, somebody talks about that. Oh, it's just the vain traditions of your fathers. I think they were talking about Jesus, though. That Jesus was the vain tradition of the Father. Nobody's talking about throwing Jesus out. Well, people literally are. I heard somewhere that it was like the ultra like politically correct stuff basically says, well, if we could just change what Jesus says in the Bible, then it won't be problematic or something. And I was like, oh, that's insane. Like, that's the whole thing, though. Like, I don't know. Anyway, it's just like women needing to keep silent or be like second-class citizens. What is in the Bible? It is the Eve situation. I don't know. That's a big one. That's like fundamental doctrine, isn't it? And once we start messing around with fundamental doctrine, are we even on the same ship? You know, I think that's what people question. That's why we have traditions. We also have traditions for survivability. So it helps us survive, you know, to remember how the people did it before. That's literally how animals do it, just traditions. Like, they just do the same things that they did before, you know, and they have biological urges to do the same thing over and over because it worked. But if things change, you know, they're relying completely on their biology, and they don't have the adaptability like we do. We don't rely on our biology as much. We do have biology, though. We have certain biology that might be conducive to like women keeping silent in churches and like being submissive to your husbands. It could be. Who knows? So traditions are good, like to reinforce biology, I guess, but like in the God realm, like what does God care about, you know? I think God asks us to rise above our biology a lot. I guess it just depends on your heart, you know? Back to the widow's mite. Like, God knows your heart and knows what's going on with you. So maybe that's it.